Basically, all the climate science you need to know fits in a haiku, if you don't count syllables too carefully. So it's warming, it's us, we're sure, it's bad, we can fix it.
This is a journey. This feels like a journey, this haiku of yours. But who doesn't love a good haiku? You know what I mean?
Let's go on a journey together. I mean, let's go through it.
Sick. Okay. All right. So let's start with it's warm. I got to be honest with you, Kim. I read that and I was like, fantastic. Loving the warmth.
The world is getting warmer. It's a little over 1 degree Celsius warmer than it has been on average for the last 10,000 years. And we can see that in melting ice. We can see it in rising sea levels. We see it on land and in the oceans. It's getting hotter.
When you say 1 degree, I feel like that doesn't seem like a lot to be concerned about, but I feel like maybe you could explain that to me, why I should worry about a degree.
Sure. Well, when I'm talking about 1 degree, it's a global average. And you can think about the health of the planet is tied to this temperature in the same way the health of your body is tied to your body temperature. And we use a thermometer as an indicator of how are you feeling. So 1 degree Celsius above your normal body temperature, that would be, you feel a little off, you have a fever. 2 degrees warmer, you're sick, you need to go to the doctor. And if we're talking about 3 or 4 degrees warmer for your body, you are in the hospital. It's really serious.
The planet is already 1 degree above.
The planet has a fever now.
The planet has a fever. And if we keep going, the planet's going to be in the hospital. Now that I know that the warming thing is not a good thing, it's us.
It's us as human beings. And the main thing we're doing to cause climate warming is burning fossil fuels like coal, oil, and gas. And the problem with fossil fuels is that when we burn them, we're releasing that carbon that took, millions of years to accumulate basically in a second.
I don't want to sound doubtful when I say the following. Are we sure?
So there really is no doubt anymore. And when you think about how hard it is to get anybody to agree for anything, like 5 people get together, what should we have on a pizza? Try getting 195 countries together who have quite different interests and histories. But the evidence is so strong that no one could doubt the word or say, protest against the word unequivocal for human caused warming.
It seems like it's all happening so fast now, right? It feels like it feels like accelerated. And I'm like, it's just a matter of time before, I see direct impact in my life.
The impacts of climate change are accelerating and they are widespread. We're already experiencing lower food production than we would without climate change. So the warming so far has already decreased yields and making it harder for farmers to make a living and harder to grow the food that we need. And it's increasing economic inequality between rich and poor countries. So climate change is basically slowing the development for the countries that are already being the most impacted by climate change.
So it's bad. But we can fix it?
Yes, we can.
Okay, I love hope. Hope is great. So tell me, what do we do? What do I do?
We have to do 2 things to fix it. And by fix it, I mean stop warming. So we need to leave fossil fuels in the ground and switch to agriculture and food production that is working with instead of against nature. Everybody has to do their part. Governments, businesses, and individuals, we have a role too. Governments are the ones who set policies. So they have to stop making it cheaper and easier to extract and burn fossil fuels than the clean alternatives. Businesses have to see the writing on the wall and be moving away from fossil fuels and towards energy sources that do not destroy the climate. And as individuals, we have a role to play too, because even though it's true that companies have a huge share of emissions, most emissions are actually under household control.
Thanks for being so open to sharing with me and breaking it down into easier terms for me to digest. Thank you, Kim.
Thank you.